Welcome to Piston Pundit, your ultimate pit stop. Today, we're delving into the intriguing history of America's largest car maker. A history marked by a series of missteps that leaves us questioning how this automotive behemoth has managed to stay afloat. From government bailouts to the global financial crisis that rocked the world 15 years ago, they've weathered it all. Now they're embarking on a new chapter, their venture into electric vehicles. But is this a smooth transition or a total gong show? Let's explore these 7 indicators and find out. Indicator number 7, the Cadillac Optiq, a luxury SUV at a not-so-luxury price. General Motors just unveiled their new electric vehicle, the Cadillac Optiq, with a starting price tag of $54,000. This compact crossover, the 4th electric vehicle in Cadillac's lineup, is set to hit the market later this year. John Roth, Cadillac's vice president, proudly declared, "Cadillac has always defined American luxury, and Optiq is an example of how our bold, innovative spirit is propelling us into the EV future." The Optiq, unveiled at a Cadillac showroom in Paris, is set to be available in 10 regions, including North America, China, and Europe. The Optiq's launch comes as automakers strive to make EVs more appealing by introducing more affordable models in response to slower-than-expected sales. The Optiq's pricing, excluding EV incentives like federal credits of up to $7,500, makes it a more accessible option in Cadillac's EV lineup. This lineup currently includes a $59,000 Lyriq midsize crossover, a $300,000 plus bespoke Celestiq sedan, and the forthcoming $130,000 Escalade IQ SUV. Indicator number 6, the Ultium EVs, a tale of high hopes and low sales. A few years back, GM unveiled its new EV platform, Ultium, with a suite of advanced technologies. The aim was to rival Tesla in the EV market. GM invested heavily in developing new vehicles, launching models like the GMC Hummer, Cadillac Lyriq, Chevy Silverado EV, and Chevy Blazer. However, these models didn't achieve the expected popularity. In fact, most of the 76,000 EVs sold by GM last year were the now discontinued Bolt EVs. The Ultium-based models sold a mere 13,838 units in 2023, a disappointing figure considering GM's substantial investment. GM's initial plan to sell 400,000 EVs by 2023 was abandoned due to slower-than-expected sales and production issues. Meanwhile, Honda, another automaker, launched its first all-electric model, Prologue, in partnership with GM. However, given the current circumstances, it's unlikely that GM will be able to deliver the agreed 40,000 Prologues in 2024 and 70,000 in 2025. Indicator number 5, the Chevy Bolt EV, a hot topic, literally. GM's journey into the realm of electric vehicles has been anything but smooth. The Chevy Bolt, their first mass-produced EV, was more notorious for its fire risk than its performance. This was due to design flaws in the battery, which led to a recall of 50,000 Bolts manufactured between 2017 and 2019. However, the risk persisted even after the recall work was completed. GM officials advised customers to park their Bolts outdoors and away from other vehicles to minimize potential damage. They also recommended not leaving the vehicle charging unattended. Despite these precautions, another recall was issued last year for 111,000 Bolt EVs produced between 2017 and 2023 due to a fire risk associated with seatbelt pre-tensioners. GM's solution? Installing metal foil on the carpet near the exhaust. It's clear that GM's EV efforts have been a bumpy ride, to say the least. Before we delve deeper, do us a favor and smash that like and subscribe button. This helps us reach more auto enthusiasts just like you. Now let's shift gears and steer towards our next point. Indicator number 4, software snags. A quick Google search reveals a plethora of reliability issues with GM's EVs, with the Blazer EV leading the pack. From infotainment system failures to battery issues and charging difficulties, the problems were numerous and severe enough to halt sales. These issues stemmed from flawed in-house software design. GM's Vice President of Products, Software and Services, Baris Cetinok, assured that all issues were resolved, including the significant charging problem. However, the software update introduced new compromises, including the loss of Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatibility. Furthermore, GM's semi-autonomous driving system, Super Cruise, continues to underperform, with frequent errors across all GM models. Independent tests show Ford's Super Cruise system as superior in operation, ease of use, and convenience. Indicator number 3, Silverado and Sierra EV delays. It's no secret that Americans have a deep-seated love for pickup trucks, which is why GM's focus on electrifying this segment comes as no surprise. They kicked things off with the launch of the GMC Hummer pickup. But the real game changers were expected to be the all-electric Silverado and its GMC counterpart, the Sierra. GM had grand plans, not just to compete with the already popular F-150 Lightning, but to eventually replace their top-selling internal combustion Silverado and Sierra models with these electric versions. However, a combination of high production costs, dwindling demand, and design challenges have led to a slowdown in production, with current output at a mere 500 units per month. At present, only the base model, known as the work truck, is available, and mass production has been postponed to late 2025, with further delays anticipated. In essence, the swift transition initially envisioned by GM is likely to take years, if not decades, to fully replace the highly successful internal combustion versions of GM's full-size pickups. Indicator number 2, share buyback. Looking back, it's evident that GM's aggressive push towards electrification put its financial stability at risk. Despite investing billions, the company struggled to optimize production, leading to high costs and low production volumes. To prevent further losses, GM had to hit the brakes on its EV projects. This decision, coupled with project delays, left shareholders dissatisfied. To appease investors, GM's management, led by Barra, initiated a radical move, a $10 billion share buyback. This program, involving major banks like Bank of America Corp., Goldman Sachs Group Inc., Barclays Bank plc, and Citigroup Inc., is set to conclude later this year. Indicator number 1, dealers want hybrids. The EPA's recent proposal is less ambitious, reflecting the slowed growth of EVs. The middle class isn't quite ready to embrace EV technology, indicating that GM may have rushed into electrification. Dealers, the direct link between buyers and manufacturers, are well aware that mass EV adoption isn't imminent. They're prepared to avoid unnecessary investments in EV infrastructure, as evidenced by recent developments with Buick dealers. Dealers are seeking profitable, sellable products, which currently means hybrids and traditional gas-only cars. Companies like Toyota, which have focused on hybrids over EVs, are reaping the benefits with record-high profit margins. Given the faster growth of hybrids compared to EVs, it's unsurprising that GM executives, including Barra, have announced a shift in focus towards gas-electric vehicles. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the automotive world. Don't forget to subscribe to Piston Pundit to get notified about our next vehicle updates and upcoming videos. See you next time. Drive safe.